On the next page it states that we are court ordered to transport these to that.
They did not provide a warrant, sir. They're supposed to have a warrant. They need a warrant to seize my children. Our amendments are being denied. Our federal rights as U.S. citizens. They have my children in a hot car. This car is hot. They're crying, screaming, hyperventilating. They have PTSD, ADHD, adjustment disorder, and they're in here, in the car against their will, crying, afraid, and still have yet to provide a warrant. These people willingly handed our children over because I'm in video. This is live. Nobody has nothing. This is not. We're in front of the school. They all been served their liable notice. We're giving one to the cops now.
1 month later, the TRO that he said that he had against me was not in good faith. He knew that in May 8th, but Janicki has that paper. It was highlighted. He tried to say that he had TRO. So first he's happy that the kids don't have to leave at home from there, and then he's calling them. No. He knew that when he brought it to California court on yeah, he has the document. These are documents straight from the county public record.
We have.
It shows it'll click on the date, May 8th. So this was June 12th. And so right here, this is just a copy of that. It's a copy of this.
Let me go through this. I understand. You're basically telling me what's on here, right?
Yeah.
I just want to show you the last one. That's the only one that's super important. This is right here. This is the part that we're talking about.
I don't know how to work this live thing, you guys. So if you're supposed to be able to get on somehow or something, if you're available, if you're entity of the law services, can we see the warrant? They're not answering questions, of course. My babies are in there. My daughter, who is a witness to the abuse that her father put us through, was the only one able to express it and say it to people out loud, to therapists, to police officers, to her father telling them that he was a liar and her not understanding that situation at all. This is adding detrimental to their development and well-being. I'm sorry? It's all documented legally through the courts, through the recordings, through all our voluntary actions here, and they've all been provided their liabilities, so they can't act like they don't know. They can't act like we can't come.
They have yet to bring the two.
They made it to the back of the school where nobody is, to the bus stop to do this sneaky, weird stuff. What does it say by bring them on? What does this mean? They're bringing out my baby, Anaya. Naya, you don't have to go with them, baby. Mama, you don't have to go, baby. Tell these people what happened. Everybody's watching, Mommy. What's happening? Tell them what? Tell them I have the 4th Amendment, right, baby? Tell them. Say it out loud. Tell them. They're violating your rights. Tell them.
Violating
Disabled children. They're all disabled, all 6 of them. They're giving them to their abuser. You are not leaving without that warrant. I need to see that warrant. You can't drive off with my kids. This ain't happening. This is not happening. This is not happening. You can't drive off with my kids. Everybody that doesn't stand in front of this vehicle is liable to the safety of my children. They're all in these cars. They're hot. They're freaking out. Miss Chong, the children are in there freaking out. The children are in there freaking out. Stand in front of that van, baby. Don't move. They have yet to provide a warrant. They have yet to show us a warrant. They have yet to show us a warrant. They have yet to show us a warrant. You're all liable for my children's well-being. You okay, Papa?
Yeah.
Tell them you okay?
Smile cheese.
Cheese. You don't have to go with them. Say, it's my 4th Amendment. No. He said, no, Mama. Give me kisses. Let go. You're hurting him. Do not try to detain him. It is illegal. Yes, my voice went up. You are all voluntarily putting yourselves here for the children. This is your responsibility. Voluntarily. This is my moral right. Right? I need to see a warrant.
Okay, that's fine. Like I said, we're figuring everything out right now.
No, there's no figuring out. I already presented you with the legalities. I have the legal documentation. I'm so sorry for raising my voice, but she just put her hands on my son and hurt his arm. She hurt my severely disabled son's arm.
At this point,
My son is.
At this point, we were trying to figure everything out, right?
There's no trying.
So
there are 6 disabled children that they want me to sacrifice a moment. A moment. This moment.
We have a job to do, okay? So we're figuring out on our part. I understand. I completely understand.
You really don't.
Your situation, I don't. As a father, yes. Okay?
You must understand. These are all my children.
I don't understand.
They're all disabled.
This particular
I
situation.
speak and stand for them.
I've been listening to you for the past 15 minutes. I asked you to give me respect and
Okay,
listen
sir,
to
I
me.
apologize.
Okay?
Thank you.
So at this point, we're figuring out on our side. We have a job to do, okay? And I understand. And I understand you're frustrated.
I'm frustrated because I asked you to do the legal job and serve me that warrant
You
and
didn't
show
ask
me
me.
that warrant.
No.
I asked everybody that came up to this.
But right now, I just got here. I don't know
I
what's
appreciate
going
that.
on.
Thank
Okay?
you so much.
Okay? So,
I'm sorry.
just
I
understand.
apologize. Thank you.
Okay.
But please, have them show that warrant. We're not stepping out in front of away from these vehicles. Don't cry. Don't tell them. Your 4th Amendment. Say my 4th Amendment. They're violating me. I do not consent to this. It's an illegal seizure.
Sorry?
You're right, Mama. We're right, baby. Don't worry. You know Mommy's here. And best believe I'm coming. They can't take him nowhere. This is not happening. I know, Poppy. Come on. I know, baby. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Mommy's loud. I'm sorry. You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? You want some water? Mommy got water. Thanks. Thank you, Miss Chong. Thank you, Miss Lena. I'm so sorry that this. My baby is in here screaming. My baby's in here detained against her will, in here screaming and crying. My children are all disabled. We came from a domestic violence situation. All these people are supposed to protect my children. They've all been ordered. They've all been told that these orders are not anything. We are federally protected, and we are. Sorry, they just brought out one of my other children. We are federally protected under federal laws that trump these state laws. We have our 4th, 7th, 14th Amendment are being violated. My children's amendments are being violated. They refuse to show us a warrant. They refuse to show us a warrant. They refuse to show any of us a warrant. They refuse to show any of us a warrant. And I'm not moving from here until I get my warrant. And it has to be based on something that's not these illegal orders. These illegal orders cannot have a warrant to. Thank you, Ms. Chong. I know, but they want to keep these guys freaking out in the car because that's okay. Instead of producing the warrant and doing it how they're supposed to go about it, they're illegally detaining my children, traumatizing my children. They have 2 here, 2 there. They have him here. The SPED teacher is trying to inform them that they cannot just handle my son with severe autism. Sorry, I'm trying to, sorry for the cursing. I'm at another point. I apologize that I'm at another point. They're taking my son in there because, like I said, he's severely autistic. And all these people have not even a moral. It's a legal obligation that they chose to take a career in, that they chose to do. They chose to be here for the children. They chose to protect the children. They chose to follow all the laws, not only moral, but legally. And they're refusing to acknowledge my children as people that have rights under the Constitution.
5 days before their hearing. They called us yesterday that they're taking them out today so that they do not have to.
I'm not moving. They're not going to be able to move this car. I'm not moving. They're not going to be able to move this car. I need my warrant. I need my warrant. I need my warrant that is not based on these false.
They have orders. They
orders that I have trumped, that I can trump at our hearing, at our fair trial hearing that we're supposed to be allowed to have. Anybody helping them is liable, whether they want to be on camera or not. I played their legal games. I allowed them to disrupt my family. I allowed them to cause all this trauma as it is. I try to keep my children in the loop. They wanted to sneak up on my children and just randomly take them. That was their plan. Just randomly take them, throw them in front of their father. They tried to do it at our house. They wanted us to be quiet about this, but they don't understand where I stand in my world. I'm mom, and if you are mom, and if you know what mom is, if you even had one, or you are one, then you understand where I'm standing. You understand where I'm not going to move. Federal. I'm federally protected as an American citizen. My brother, his wife, my friends, my families have served in the military. We have been a part of the community. We have invested in the community. We've done everything they asked us to do legally. Now they refuse to do what we ask. That's legal. We're not asking nothing outside of our constitutional rights. So please explain that to me. Please get some media out here that could explain that to me. Please share this. Please spread this. We're at Nana Kapono and Nanakuli, Waianae, Oahu. Tag everybody you know in this area. Get anybody you know in this area.
We have talked about gun violence, so we're not fighting. We are doing the legal thing against the federal law trying to work on a state level, which is illegal, unconstitutional, and against everything that our country.
I don't know how to do this. I'm sorry, you guys. Bring them on. Add. It's add, right? You just add them? Okay. Who wants to be added? You know, I really don't know how to do this. If you could put messaging stuff on there. Okay, they're over there talking now. Let me get back to them because they looking wishy-washy. How you doing? Come on. Who wants to talk to us now? Do you understand where we are, sir?
Did he give you the other different spot?
Yeah, so my partner has it. So right now we're going to have to go off of what the court order says. I guess according to what they're saying, it's been an ongoing thing, and every party here has been aware of the situation.
Yes.
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 They're liable, as they said. I have them on recording saying that.
No, I'm talking about you guys and them as well.
Yeah.
So
We have every right as their parents.
what we're doing is we're waiting for the sergeant to come here, and then we'll go from there.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Will there be a police report? Because
We need a
everybody
police-
hand him over is liable.
We need a police report. We need a warrant.
There will be.
We need.
There will be. So
Because the problem is we want everything handled legally, and it wasn't.
We've been
From the
doing
start.
it legally.
We've been proving the
so
right.
from where you're talking about, it's from the court side.
No, we're talking about all of them. They're all in on it.
The court, the
Court's video,
CPS.
What's going on is what the court ordered, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So now we're here.
Uh-huh.
Right, but they still need a warrant. That's seizure. Fourth Amendment.
Well, according to that order.
I had to come sit on my car or their car. I had to come sit on their car because I saw her trying to tell them to take off. Without them being, the cop said he just went to his sergeant. He's waiting on his sergeant to see about what they can do, their legal rights, as the state is saying that they have orders to obtain, to implement. So they refuse to show us this warrant. They refuse because they don't have it. They have to go get it. Now we have to wait for them to go get it. So that's what we're waiting for. They really try to take off right now like we didn't just ask for the warrant. This is all illegal. We are protected federally. We have proven in court time and time again that we are correct. We're at the point where these lawyers are not trying to do anything for us. We had a motion put in to give us a fair, speedy trial. They refused to expedite. We got the 20th. That is 5 days from now. They called us yesterday with these plans to take my children, fly him out here. I have to worry about the danger of this man being on the island. The state willingly, knowingly acknowledging the abuse and still placing them in the arms of their abuser. They have statements. They, on record said that they have these statements of the children reporting severe abuse from the father. And there's nothing they can do about it through federal, legal, mandated reporting. The guardian who was supposed to speak to him failed to speak for them, represent them, failed to do her job. This is the federal constitution, and they're still trying to argue. Now we have police getting involved, trying to argue their state laws. Trump, federal, constitutional rights as an American citizen. I'm sorry I raised my voice. It is, if you know me, and everybody who knows me knows this is completely out of my character. Everything is documented. They know. CPS, Child Welfare Services, to protect the children is what they voluntarily signed up to. They chose to go into this profession, to neglect, to knowingly trying to express to us their moral. There was a quote she said, "The human in me knows this is wrong. But unfortunately, I have orders. I don't want to lose my job." You want to play a human card? And some immoral, protect the children, not just any children, protect children with disabilities who have no voice. I am it. If you know me and where I come from, you know my voice has been quiet for quite some time. I'm not trying to go there with y'all, but with you guys, I'm sorry. I really don't even know what to say anymore. I'm protected under federal constitutional rights and laws. They still don't want to address the fact that they have this man on the island. Just wait for them to provide the warrant. They're trying to talk us out of it. They're trying to put us in an aggressive stance.
Hey,
I know you guys. Hey, Mama, we're in the back of the school. They went to the bus stop.
I was trying to tell you, they went to the back.
Yes, we're at the bus stop. We're holding the vehicle. They got my children in the vehicle. They have one over here. They refuse to show a warrant. They got police here now. Please bring anybody you have with you to the back of the school.
Okay, I will do.
Immediately.
I'm over here watching too.
They have to produce a warrant. We have the right to stop this. Please.
They had like about maybe 2 or 3 cop cars just run into the high school too.
Okay. He said they got cop cars at the high school too.
I don't know if
the high
it's
school
for the boy or is it for somebody else over here?
No, that's for us. Tell them they need a warrant. Mama, if you can get to the office, if you could get to them, you can stand in front of those cars. They can't take my baby without a warrant. They can't take my baby without a warrant. They can't take my baby without a warrant.
Okay, I'll go up there right now then. Stay right across.
Arrest me or something, I don't know.
And then
I'm being put in a violent stance now, is what it is, or something, I don't know.
Okay, I'll contact you after when I get up there.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I'm sitting in the car because, no. This is my constitutional right to protect my children. There's no warrant. They still have yet to produce a warrant. And they're trying to take off with my kids like I'm supposed to be okay with this. People don't understand where I stand. This is my family. This is my family. This is my family. And it's a damn shame because I thought I had a lot more than that to speak for the children who have no voice in any of this. Their voice is being ignored. The little bit of voice they have, they're saying I need to be calmed down and I'm being irrational. So that's what they're trying to get me on now. I'm sitting in front of the car. You guys see, I rose my voice a couple times. I believe I did go up a few tones. At the point to where my disabled child was brought out and this woman hurt his arm. Yes, you struck a nerve. They don't understand my chill mode. I calm. Be with me, guys. Come on. We're just standing. We're just standing. They can't do nothing. We're just standing. We're standing for children. Disabled children who they refuse to stand up for, who these people voluntarily put themselves in a position to stand for children. The teachers, the principals, the social workers, the police. You know what I mean? They're supposed to serve and protect their community, help keep the medium on the law, on the welfare of their citizens. You know, like we're Hawaiian citizens. We're residents of Hawaii. We've been here coming up on a year next month. You understand? Nobody wants to have our back. We California, we're Hawaii, everybody forgets we're federally protected under the Constitution. Under what? Our constitutional rights? It's inhumane. They've been trespassing. They've been invasive to a ridiculously disrespectful level that I've allowed, and that I've allowed my children to endure. Through counseling, through the help of the community, all these counselors and community members who are for the children voluntarily. Man, it's amazing how much we've lost touch with being human. Like, we've really lost touch with being human at this point. Everybody stood up for something yesterday. Everybody had a walkout. Everybody wanted to believe in something for the children, right? Everybody, you put the song, put the whole point is for the children, right? The whole fight is for the children, right? To protect, to secure a better future for these ones. They are the future, right? Be here with me. I haven't got a warrant yet, you guys. Be here with me. They still haven't produced a warrant. Here goes our paperwork. Okay? You guys see it? We've already broke down the laws. We'll do it again if you guys need that. Our amendments. Our constitutional amendments here on what they're violating. This is what we've been going through in the court. They are in the procurement of an order to seize a child through distortion, misrepresentation, and or amendment claim on behalf of their children, as well as asserting their own 14th Amendment claim. The 4th, 7th, the 5th, the 14th, all these amendments And we're asking for a warrant. They're gonna, I believe, try to put me in some negative light right now. And because I'm sitting in front of the car, I'm peacefully protesting in front of the car. This is peaceful. This is where I want it to stay. This is where they should want it to stay. This is where I'm just asking for my legal paperwork on how you can take my children. Sorry. I'm at a loss for words. I know people are just now tuning in, so we're in the middle of them trying to take my children. We're in the back of the school. We were in the front of the school. They chose to try to sneak around the back when we asked for a warrant. They refused to show us the warrant. They try to go around the back of the school and have all the teachers and the staff bring them out. They have in these vehicles 2 vehicles with 4 of my children detained in there, crying, screaming. They all suffer from ADHD, autism, adjustment disorder, and they all suffer from PTSD due to coming from a domestic violence background home. So my children have reported to the guardian ad litem that they sustained abuse. In her words, severe abuse. And unfortunately, she had to take a stance in the jurisdiction ruling that she lacks jurisdiction, so she cannot speak for the children. So she didn't put in her report. I put in a motion for this report because they are withholding my children's statements. This is where it's supposed to be trumped. So my court date is on the 20th. 5 more days. 5 more days. I'm supposed to get my fair hearing that I provided proof for. That CPS discloses in a conversation that is recorded that they are aware that I have provided proof, and I can trump these orders in court on the 20th, and they call me and tell me that the next day they have flights. They have 4 of my children in their cars detained against their will. They do not have a warrant. They seized my children. Every teacher who voluntarily came out here and tries to act like they're not liable, I served them with their liability clause. I serve the officers with their liability clause. Everybody is aware of the situation, the circumstances, the procedures that are supposed to take place, and they are all aware that they are going to be held liable. So, they all want to argue about state laws and procedures and liabilities when I have federal laws protecting me as a U.S. citizen. My constitutional rights, my children's constitutional rights are being violated. Knowingly, willingly, by people who have the audacity to be in child welfare services. I can't understand how as people, you can take a stance against this. As a parent, you can take they've all stated, I'm a parent, I understand. You're a parent that understands, and you're not in front of this van with me. I'm sorry, I can't believe that. They're trying to break down how they can take my kids with no warrant. They think I'm going to move. And if they have to force me to move, we're in the back of Nana Ikupono right now. We are in the back of Nana Ikupono Elementary in Waianae, in Nanakuli, Waianae, Oahu. If you have contacts in this area, if you have local contacts, if you have Honolulu, Kapolei, North Shore, Iwa, Maili, Waipahu, come on. We need our local support. We need parents. We need real people who have children, who, no, not have children, who are parents. It's the only word, they put a word to it, but it's, you have a moral obligation to put yourself on the front line for them. The state is trying to violate our constitutional rights. The state is trying to violate our constitutional rights. The state is trying to violate our constitutional rights. My children's constitutional rights. I'm supposed to just trust that my court, my California case went missing. I can't put nothing in California. I don't know where it's at. It's not in the county where it started. It's not in Solano County where it started. It's in a county. It's with a judge that I don't know, that I've not been notified, that they refuse to give me information to, that they've disclosed information through the courts to the CPS. They're all impeding our rights, our investigations, our everything that we fought for to get to this moment. They're all violating that.
Okay, so that is a legitimate document, and if you want to wait for the original, that's fine, but
we're waiting for the warrant.
There's no warrant necessary
They
to
need
take
a
the
warrant
kids.
to take
No,
my
they
kids.
don't.
Yes, they do. They cannot have a simple order to take my kids. We are
That's how it
protected.
works in the state of Hawaii. So.
It's a federal. It is a federal. This is the Constitution that we're talking about. My children's rights,
Well, you can take it
my
to
rights.
the Supreme
I
Court
will.
later.
But right now, I need to see that warrant. I need to see that
Well,
warrant.
you have a copy of the
I have a
document that
copy of
allows
everything.
them to.
I've given
take
broken
that.
down
So,
copies of everything. They have copies of,
if you got to get
of my
arrested for
children's
obstruction
abuse
for
report.
them to go, then that's what's
They
going to
need to be
Is that
arrested.
what you
You
want?
need to be. They need to be.
Is
You
that
guys are
what you
all
want?
supposed to.
You can
You
follow
can't
up
threaten.
and
You're not supposed
take
to threaten me,
whatever court
sir.
actions
That's not your
you want
job.
to.
Your job
Yes, it is.
to serve
You're on a
and,
state
and
property right
to serve the people is your job, sir.
now.
And
We are serving the people.
then
But you're
under
getting
the
in the way
federal
of
stance,
it.
no, I'm getting in the way of these
This is
people
not a federal
illegally
issue,
trying
right?
to seize my children. I have 6 disabled children.
Okay, I'm just
that
letting
they-
you know they're gonna go. If you
have
get
to
in the
legal
way of that, you're obstructing and you're gonna get arrested for it.
They will say their laws are gonna be,
So I'm just letting you know. You
Implemented.
can say whatever you want.
as can you, sir. And that's why I brought the legal federal laws and amendments that were covered under, sir, and the liability that you are under when you address our case. So I provided this legal paperwork, and all I want is my warrant. That's the legal way you guys can take it. We have the legal documentation proving it, that we have fought legally.
So this is exactly what we're talking about. They know that the court helped them.
You see, we're at the point where they want to arrest me for protecting my children, exercising my rights as an American U.S. citizen under the constitutional amendment. The constitutional. Sorry, I'm trying not to be disturbed by this. But you guys have heard from state officials that they have the right, without a warrant, to trump over federal laws with a state, a judgment, an order. So a judge's illegal orders trump the law. Trump the law. Not only trump the state law, but now they're trying to arrest me saying that it trumps federal law. I am not federally protected under the Constitution in the United States of America. That's where I keep coming. You know where we're at now. Let me catch you up. Everybody that's new to our story, this CPS trying to take my children illegally. I have 6 disabled children. They have an order with no warrant. They're saying that their order, their judgment, their illegal judgment trumps state laws. Okay? Now they want to say that their illegal judgment orders trump state laws. And then now their state laws trump federal laws. Their state laws trump federal laws at this point. A judge's orders, illegal orders, trump laws. They were covered under state laws. Now they trump federal laws. They trump the federal Constitution. My children have been violated. Their constitutional rights have been violated. They're being held against their will. They're upset. They're distraught. They're in these 2 cars, crying, screaming, being held against their will. We have a court date, a legal court date to stop this. They know they have the information. They've proven, they've stated on record that they know we have the ability to legally stop this in our court hearing, our fair trial hearing, our federally, as a United States American citizen, we are given this fair hearing trial right, and it's not till the 20th, 5 days from now. 5 days from now, and they still refuse to provide a warrant. They want to threaten me with arrest. What do they even call it? I don't even know. I'm being aggressive. I'm being, what is the word? I'm sorry, I don't want to bother her because she's breaking down the law to this officer of the law. So, we're breaking down the law to the officers of law who represent the state, who's saying the state has more authority than federal constitutional rights, amendments, laws. They want me to wait to court. They want me to sacrifice my children's time. They want me to sacrifice my children's emotional, physical well-being. A few months. They say, you can win. You have one. You could fight this. I could fight this. At what cost? They're willing to sacrifice time from my children's life. I've been in this for 14 years. I left a 14-year. My oldest is 12. My youngest is 6. They're all disabled. They've spoken to their therapist. They've spoken to the guardian at LATAM. They've spoken to the CPS. They have all their reports of abuse on the father. They cleared me. I have a safe home report. My home was cleared. I am the safe guardian at this point, the safe parent. I'm the legally qualified safe parent. They still have to undergo investigation in California for him. They plan to hand my children to him at the airport here in Honolulu, and they're going to fly back to California so CPS in California can take them into custody and distribute them to their 2 foster parents. And I have to go over there, show my safe home report from Hawaii, my cleared parent report from Hawaii, and bring them back. They said that I can do that and that I will win. And that I just have to sacrifice these moments of their life. I don't know about you, but I was a kid once. I had a few people, adults in my life, sacrifice my time because they wanted to hands tied, stay quiet. I can't get involved. There are children with no voice and no representation at this point. Involved? We need to get involved, people. We've been needing to get involved. We are completely disconnected as a species if we allow stuff like this to happen. We risk the children's mental, physical well-being to implement state laws, trumping over federal laws. He's saying we can't wait for our warrant. They legally can take my children and we can't wait for our warrant, that we have no rights to take our warrant. Come on, guys, get here. Bring us a light. Don't let me stand here by myself with my kids. I will. I am. If you know me, you know it's not going to stop. It's going to keep going. They don't understand. I'm not willing to sacrifice none of my children's time. This right here is detrimental to what we've accomplished here in Hawaii. Been here for a year. We've been here for a year. We've been here for a year. Coming up in April, we've been here for a year. My kids have gone to the school. They've made friends, they're in after-school programs, they go to counseling, they receive ABA services, after school, weekend, so many people coming in and out. We live a transparent life. And so when CPS decided to step in, I voluntarily agreed, of course. No problem. They said in court, stated in court, this is all public records, that I'm fine. There's no question in the mother's parenting situation, safe home report. We support you. Unfortunately, it's out of our hands because of the lack of jurisdiction. There's severe reports of abuse on the father's side from all the children that they refuse to acknowledge or bring up or use in documentation in the courtroom because they're still claiming the lack of jurisdiction. They are denying my children their federal constitutional rights. And if you don't understand how I'm standing here, if you don't understand how you can't just talk me out of this, if you don't understand how your badge to serve your community and your people as an officer of the law, you have the manual. You read people their rights every day. So it's just something we memorize, something we repeat, something we just go with. But apparently we have no idea in the meaning. Law enforcement. Law enforcement at this point. Law enforcement at this point. Shoot. Sorry guys, my phone is dying. And I'm not getting worried because, you feel me? I'm not getting worried because we are rights and we are protected under the federal laws, under our constitutional rights. If you have to provide us with a warrant, please call anybody you can. Call the CPS office, the social worker office out here. Ask them questions about it. Where's our warrant? Call the police out here. Call the Honolulu police. They're saying he's going to be at the airport. Their abuser is going to be at the airport. We can't legally disclose. I don't know anymore what I can legally disclose. I'm putting my faith in the people at this point because the laws have amazing. Laws have no value. Our federal constitutional rights are being ignored. They're laughing, they're joking. Excuse my language. Like this is a game. This is a funny game for them. They're laughing and joking, sitting there talking, trying to make me wrong, trying to put me in a bad light for protecting my children, for refusing to let them take my children under unconstitutional, illegal orders, which they refuse to provide me a warrant for. Bring people, come on. I need you. I need the eyes on them. They need the eyes on them to do the right thing, apparently. They need people watching. They need people tuning in. They need people telling them what the laws are, apparently, because they don't know. They have official law enforcement here that don't know. Somebody has officially hurt one of my children, and they don't know the laws of what we're covered under. Oh, put Osriel. They want to put my severely autistic son in the car. They're holding him off right here. They're holding him off right here because they don't want to see it. Ms. Chong, his teacher, had warned them that they don't want to put him in that car right now. They don't want to put him in that car right now. Because if he has to sit in that car with his siblings freaking out, the beautiful, understanding siblings that they are to each other, he puts them in that car and they are not calm, this will become a dangerous situation for both them, my children, myself. My son gets on a whole nother level of violence, and I've expressed that to them, and they're all completely aware. Hence the reason they have him over there. Hence the reason they can't get him in the car yet, because they know if they don't get him in the car and take off immediately, and even then, can't guarantee his safety, can't guarantee any of my children's safety. These are all disabled children. I have 6 disabled children. And they refuse to provide me with my warrant to take my children. They're holding my severely disabled child because they know they can't get him in that car. Because if he's in that car with his siblings who are already distraught and crying and screaming and going, if they put him in that car with them, it will turn into a situation that they cannot contain. It may already be a situation they can't contain, but they don't want to admit it. They don't want to understand. Papa, you okay? Mama? You guys okay? You tell them you don't want to be held, right? You say our Fourth Amendment, we're being violated. Tell them. Yeah. You say you're violating my Fourth Amendment. Then we got my other daughter who is the witness to all the abuse. She's the only one that was able to report it. My beautiful angel who practically saved us. She reported it to the police. She reported it to the police. She reported it to teachers. She helped us. She's in there freaking out. She's crying, screaming for me right now. She is screaming, hysterical for me. Let me go to that window. They refuse to give me my fucking, I'm sorry. They refuse to give me my warrant. This is my baby in the car. This is my baby in the car. Tell him, mommy. Tell him what's going on, baby. Tell him you're scared. Tell him you want mommy. Tell him they're violating your Fourth Amendment. Tell him, baby, say it. Say, I don't want to go. This is against my will. Speak, baby. Don't ever be afraid. Speak your truth, mama. Look, she's trying to get out this car. She's trying to break out this car right now. My baby is trying to escape this fucking car right now. She is hyperventilating and having an attack. She's hyperventilating. She's having an attack. They're refusing to acknowledge it. You're okay, baby. Yeah, baby, you keep going. You tell them, this is not okay. We are not okay. This is not okay. Tell them, baby. Tell them, they're violating my Fourth Amendment. Yell it, baby. Yell, mama. Say they're violating my Fourth Amendment. You can't open the door, baby. I'm sorry. You can't open the door, mama. I know. They can't take you, baby. Keep yelling. You can't do this. Keep yelling, mama. Keep yelling, baby. Tell them. We're live, mommy. Tell them. Tell everybody. Where you at? I don't have to get away from the vehicle. These are my children. This is my daughter. She's freaking out. She's having a attack. She's having an anxiety attack. You guys aren't acknowledging it. She's trying to get out this car. She's being held against her will. Her constitutional rights are being violated by the state. We are protected under federal laws, under constitutional laws. The 4th, 7th, 15th, 14th Amendments. All these people out here are supposed to be representing the children, doing the right thing. This is a federal event at this point. They refuse to acknowledge. I've served them with the legal paperwork on how they're supposed to acknowledge it, and they refuse to give us our rights. They refuse. They're refusing us of our constitutional rights. My children are in the cars freaking out, and they're refusing us our constitutional rights. They still can't get my severely autistic son to the vehicle. They think I'm being, what is the word?
Being disorderly.
Disorderly. What am I doing to their case? I'm impeding in their illegal orders and seizure of my children. I'm impeding when a state law official doesn't even know the laws that we are safe under. We're on a whole nother level of questioning morals and rights and Constitution and American and federal. This is the word nobody wants to acknowledge. Federal, constitutional rights, laws. We need people, we need help, we need this. excuse me, I'm so sorry, my language is getting there. I apologize. I have 6 severely autistic, disabled, suffering from PTSD due to domestic violence. We've been through a lot. They're laughing, they're joking, they think that this is just a piece of their day that they go about. These are people that voluntarily chose to go into the career of protecting children and keeping children's well-being and their safety at hand. They're joking around, laughing around like it's okay. They're not taking the safety and well-being of our children into consideration at all. That might be Joe. Stop that car. I think they pulled up my oldest. They're trying to figure out how they can make this right. They're rushing around, and I know they're trying to get that warrant. They're trying to sneak side, whatever they call it, blindside me with that warrant. I don't care because their flight is at 2. I just have to, you guys, we're just supposed to deter right now. We're just supposed to deter right now. I have my fair trial hearing on the 20th, and I will have people there. You guys will have people there. You guys will be there with us to see and be there with us and be able to have this live stream that you can go by, because you can't trust these laws. You can't trust these people standing by these laws, apparently, because unfortunately they don't understand the Constitution and the federal aspect of it all. They refuse to acknowledge it. So this is a bleep for them. This is detrimental to my children. They don't want to acknowledge it. They don't want to acknowledge it. They don't want to acknowledge it. They force my hand to be here, depending on the people. Depending on the people. I'm here begging for your support to do the right thing, to help me do the right thing. All you have to do is share our story. If you can't physically be here with us, share it. Share it. Call anybody you can. Call Solano County. Where did my case go? Where did my case go? Come on. Bring your, we got 6 disabled children. We are in front of the van. They refuse to show me a warrant. They refuse to show me a warrant. They refuse to show me a warrant. They're scurrying around. They're trying to take my children. They have teachers involved. They have counselors involved. They have all these people sitting around, joking around, laughing around like it's just an event in their life. And this is my life happening right now. This is our lives happening right now. They're going to try to remove me from this vehicle, from standing in front of the vehicle. I'm guaranteeing you. Like I said, I'm going to have to probably be arrested because I can't let them do this. Their flight's at 2. They're going to miss it. It says not happening.
So,
Brandy.
So I spoke to Brandy. I told Brandy, if you guys are going to stand in the roadway, put you guys selves in danger as far as having them leave, then we're going to have to take you guys.
We need a warrant, sir. That is what we're asking for, sir.
At this point, they're taking them in.
If these were your children, would you go as far to...
I don't know what the circumstances are.
It's not a circumstance, sir.
I'm here to do my
This is your job, sir.
And just,
you are supposed to
told you,
protect us under the federal
if you're gonna stand on the
laws and our
roadway
constitutional rights, sir.
and be a danger to yourself, to the vehicles, then
You're
we're gonna have to take you
supposed
in.
I need the warrant. Where's the warrant? I need the warrant. How come I have no warrant? How come I have no warrant? Every person standing here without this warrant is liable for the safety of my children. You're liable for the safety of my children. You could stop me in this road. You can't stop me on the street. No, and no. I see you, baby. They got my baby in the car right now. I see you, baby. They're not doing nothing, Papa. They're not doing nothing. I'm right here. You're not going nowhere. You're not going nowhere. You know mommy's here. You know mommy's here. Are you okay? My son just got out the hospital. His appendix ruptured in December. He's been in and out of the hospital. They refuse to acknowledge that. He is not healthy. He's crying. He's being held against his will. They refuse to show a warrant. No. We are going to the street. Come on. We are going to the street. Help! We have illegal things happening. They're kidnapping my children. Help! They're kidnapping my children. They have my children against their will. I have a fair trial on the 20th. I have a fair trial in 5 days. Please help me. Stop them from taking my children. Please stand with us. We're here. I'm here. they missing this flight for sure. I'll probably be arrested. At this point, that's not a real concern. That's not a real concern. That's not a real concern at this point. This is Brian Janicki behind me. Brian Janicki, he is a social worker. He knows we're right. He stated on record, on voice record, that we were right and we can fight this and we can win. And they still have to go through these orders and get a flight out immediately. Today.
If you don't get out of the way, I'm going to have to bring you in.
I need a warrant. I need a warrant. You can't touch me. I'm not doing nothing to nobody. I'm exercising my legal rights as a U.S. citizen. These are my legal rights as a U.S. citizen. Please come help. Please come help. They're trying to take my children illegally. They won't give me a warrant. They won't give me a warrant. Please. I need a deterrent. Please come stand with me. I have 6 disabled children. I speak for them alone. They can't arrest me. I have a right to protect my children. They have no warrant. They have no warrant. Please stop this.
Yes, we're here. Come in.
Sir, you're a father, you said.
I am. No, don't step in the way. I don't want to bring you in.
Do you understand what's happening?
I do. And here's the thing.
You do not
You're
understand.
putting yourself in danger, Jess.
Don't touch me. You can't touch me.
You guys can record right here. If I'm going to have to restrain you again.
He's already touched me. He's already touched me.
That's it.
No.
No,
You've already touched me. You've already touched me. You've already touched me.
Take her too. Take her too.
They're kidnapping our children. They won't give us the warrant. They won't give us the warrant. They're kidnapping our children. Please, report it.